SnappyDude speaking. And let's see what we got going on today. So today we're gonna do more Rush. I'm liking Rush. It's gonna get me back into the game. I need to play more. Some night this week I'll probably do like an all night, I'll probably do like Clash all night when I stream. But today I think we're just gonna do Rush. Kind of nice. I didn't see if... Did not see if Gerhard was online. I should have. Let's see what we got going on here. Frems. Waiting on a match. Do. I don't know why this keeps popping up over here on this side. It's really weird. Oh, I got one friend playing one game. And it is not this. Oh, of course, Gerhard got off 25 minutes ago. That's my luck. Today I'm going to try to probably play some characters I haven't been playing on stream. I was playing a lot of Ashe last night and a lot of Granny, and I was having luck with both of those, so that's probably who we'll fuck with. Oh, and it's gonna kick us out and say that somebody didn't hit ready. They need to do something about that. They need to change the sound effect, and I stand by that because I remember back in the day when the queue times were really long, I would sit here with it on. And there were times I would miss the queue because the sound effect is really like you have all these big heavy drum beats and stuff in the background theme. And then when the queue pops, it's just this little chiming noise. And sometimes you don't notice it because the drum beats stick out more than like the chiming and stuff. And they need something that kind of contrasts against that. Something that's a little bit sharper than just a soft little chime of you getting into a match. Because I'm sure some of this is people that are AFK. But considering how fast you find matches that's normally within like a minute, I don't think all of it is people being AFK. I think a lot of it is just the fact that a lot of people are not paying attention or don't notice the little chime noise. Especially in today's society. Like, you have to have a noise that sticks out more because people are going to pick up their phones. They're going to do other shit while they wait for a match. I'm here on my computer, and I'll probably be watching anime between, matches or whatever. Not right now, but normally, when I'm not on stream, that's what I'm doing. I got, like, anime or fucking a movie over here. I'm not sitting here staring at the countdown timer. But you do find matches pretty quick, so I don't think it's a case of, like, people actually, like, going away to do other stuff. I think it's more of a case of people not realizing that they've queued. I'm going to play Granny, and I'm going to do terrible, because right before I got on stream, I probably had the best Rush game I've ever played with Granny. And it was with Granny, a character who I've only really played the last day or so. And didn't really ever... I think I played her maybe one time in Original Gigantic. The good part was our last match, we stomped. I knew who my teammates were, but props to them because they were amazing. They were all amazing. I'm trying to think of who all I had on her. We had a Nasus. We had me as Granny. And I think we had a Zenobia. But I don't know what the Zenobia's stats were because her stats all were zeroed out. Because it said she disconnected, but she was there the whole game, so I don't know if she just disconnected at the end or what. Gosh, who else did we have? I don't remember. We might have had a Margrave. Don't know. I'm trying to think if we had another a frontliner type. It wasn't Ashe. It wasn't. Do we have an Oru? I don't know. I should go look up that game. It was very good stats. I wish I had had it recorded. That's the reason I was like, let's jump on stream. Because if I have any more games like that and they're not recorded, I'm going to be pissed. Pissed. Let's get going. Let's get going in here. Let's get going in home. Collect this since nobody is over here. No, no. Rampage. Prepare to attack. Heal me up. I don't feel like this tree's... Like, I'm sure the location distance is probably very similar to the other side. I think this is the first time I've ever played on this side of the map. Ah, run away, run away, run away, run away. Throw one up here. Oh, let's do that. Okay. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Shit. We got fucked up. This is my bad. I shouldn't have just kept standing there. I can't even blame anyone but myself there. Fucking shit. Of course I get on stream, then I do shitty. Man, I'm gonna have to change characters. Okay, okay. I don't know why he would teleport that direction. Get away from my hands. An assist again. Jesus Christ. This is my day.
Victory is ours.
Yay, my mastery went up. Considering it's like only my third match playing Granny, it's not bad. Fused deaths. I did 2 times. I got 6 assists. Not great. Not great. New match. New match. Oh, requeuing. I don't feel that bad about how I'm doing with her, though. Like, my match before that was great. I don't remember my match before that was. And, of course, it was the one before I got on stream. Okay, it was an S+. 14 kills, though, in Rush. However many assists. That was a good match. Considering I've only played her in like 4 or 5 matches, maybe total, like it's not that many. It's not double digits. Definitely not that. Oh, I think I'm pretty sure I used a default loadout. in that last game, and I didn't think about that till just now. I forgot when it loaded me into the game, it did weird shit. And I didn't get to select a loadout. I'm invisible. I'm unstoppable. Invisible old woman. Oh, shit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Building teams. What do we got on the enemy team? No tanky characters on the other team. No tanky characters. They have a lot of damage, and they have Sven, but... they do not have any tanks. We have 2 tanks, 2 assassins, and one of our tanks is ranged. I was gonna say, this might be a game where I have to switch to, like, Mozu or Beckett just to... It's gonna depend on if we can push him enough to get him in range. I think as long as we can get him in range, I think we'll probably tear through him. Ow. What a shitty start to the game. Really bad at positioning with Granny right now. Like, I think I put myself too far forward, and I think it's a lot because I'm used to playing as, like, Mozu and Beckett, where I can either just snap on my, like, jetpack and escape, or... Oh, leave my hands there to do some work while I run away. But Granny really doesn't have, like, a great escape option. She's got some okay ones. Man, I get the feeling we're just gonna get rolled. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to switch characters. I don't want to lose this badly. Diddly-dum. It's really hard playing characters that I'm not used to. There we go, I died. We're switching out to that. Yeah, we're just gonna fall back. I should probably just hang in there until I die, but yeah, I don't think I would have done that substantial of amount of damage before I died anyway. Why did I waste my barrier there? No. Don't chase them behind their thingy. There we go. Just need one more kill. There we go. Did we win? We won. Thank God. Did I hit? Oh, I hit rekey. Okay. That's what I wanted to hit. Oh. Fun, fun, fun. Maybe we'll play Ash this game. And somebody didn't accept. Shock. Yeah. Something though needs to change because I played other games with like the accept to get into the queue thing, and none of them are as bad as this game. And I don't think it's a glitch. I think people just seriously are not hitting accept. Fortunes, heroes. I don't think I have enough for any of the... No. Trying to buy launch effects because they're universal and I can use them on anybody. And at least they're kind of fun to see. I wish you could set it up to have default ones. It's kind of tedious that you have to go select them every time you go into a match. This is like I have that Mozu skin that's like my favorite Mozu skin, but I don't ever use it. Because I don't think about putting it on. Even if it just defaulted it to the last one you used, it'd be nice. I'm just lazy. Look at all my fortune cards. The world. Earn 30 summoners or hero. Oh, I'm not going to get that until I start playing Clash more. Reach hero mastery with 5 heroes. Play Clash mode. Play 37 Clash mode matches. Wow. Deal 2 million damage. Killjoy. Assists. It's Gerhard. How you doing, Gerhard? Well, you know, I had this really awesome match with Granny, and I thought, man, I'm on fire today. Got on first match right off the bat. Like, not on stream, of course, because nothing ever cool happens when I'm on stream or recording. If I hit record or I hit stream, nothing awesome happens. Get on, first match, on my Xbox, all day. And freaking, I'm playing as Granny. And let me find the... It's in here. So I'm going to have to restart that queue because it's definitely broke. Where was it? It was this one. It was this one down here. It was a victory. I had 14 kills, 8 deaths, and 21 assists. With 760 Guardian damage and 37k normal damage. But my whole team just did awesome in that match. That guy had like 58k. That guy had 58k damage. The Taito down there had 46k damage. And I don't know how much the Zenobia had. She disconnected, but it was right at the end, and then it just cleared her stats out. So I was like, man, this is my first match of the day. I did awesome. We're going to jump on. We're going to stream. I'm going to do awesome. Nah, it's not been that way. It has not been that way at all. I have... need to re-queue. Yeah, it was a cracked match. And I haven't played Granny that much, so it was kind of a cool match because it gave me a chance to, like, we were doing so well that it gave me kind of a chance to kind of, like, learn the character a little bit better. And I still find her really hard to use because I've only used her, I used her maybe once or twice in the original. And then like once or twice, and like I sent Pizza Face the thing last night. I looked up how much time I had on the original. It was like 18 days. That's not a lot of time. And so I was like, and here I've only played her probably 5 times. So I'll take it. I think that's probably some of the highest kills I've ever gotten in Rush. It's not the highest damage I've ever gotten in Rush, but it's definitely 14 and 22 assists. It's also probably, it's definitely, I think, probably the highest assists I've ever gotten in Rush. What's that other game you've been playing on Steam? The one that starts with an A. Does it start with an A? I don't know. Is it gonna make me restart the queue again? Let's just do it. Restart it. Man, should I play Clash? If I play Clash, I'm gonna only pick characters that I like, and I'm trying to like practice other characters, and I don't like practicing other characters in Clash. That, yeah. Oh, it's a pixel art app. That's cool. I wondered. I just seen you messing with it a couple times, and I was like, I wonder what that's about. I don't know the names of nothing. Like, I think that's the main reason I haven't played. I've only played a couple of Clash games. Is like, it's so hard to want to like dedicate myself to playing Clash when it's like, first off, the matches are way longer, but when I'm trying to like get used to the game again and trying to like figure out characters and like I'm trying to play more characters and stuff like that. It's you can follow me on there and I'll follow you back and I'll like all of your stuff. My name is exactly the same as it is everywhere else. It's all just SnappyDude everywhere. Everywhere, unless you find it somewhere weird. I mean, I like Clash, but I have to be in a mood for it. It's more competitive. It's a longer game type. You're locked into one character. It's a lot. Yeah, and it's just like the last game. I was trying to play Granny for like 3/4 of it, and it just wasn't working because of team comp and how the enemy was and stuff. Like the characters they had, it just wasn't working to be Granny. They just had so many ranged characters that for me to get my hands within range of them, it just wasn't working, and I was just getting annihilated off the map. So 3/4 of the way through the game, I switched to Mozu because it was just a headache playing otherwise. Like playing with Granny was just getting me nowhere. And you can't do that. And I don't want them to change Clash. Like, I don't want them to make it so you can switch characters in Clash. Because I think it's a different game type. I think it needs different rule sets. And I'm fine with it being locked into a character. But it means I'm not going to experiment when I go to Clash. Like, if I go to Clash, I'm going to play Mozu or I'm going to play Beckett. Maybe Zenobia. But I'm definitely not going to experiment and play characters. Like, all last night, I was on last night and I was playing, I didn't stream, but I was playing Ash and Granny all night. And I got my first ever S+. I got my second ever S+ today, this morning when I got on. That was that one match. But I got my first ever S+ last night with Ash on like my second match playing her. Yeah, exactly. Like, Rush is such a good game type to just jump into and just play. If you just want to play and you just want the gameplay of Gigantic and you don't want to, like, seriously, like, focus and you just want to have fun with it, like, Rush is such a great thing to just be able to jump into. 40 seconds. I hadn't either until I got... I don't know how I got Like, because I can go look at them. I get the feeling it broke and I'm not going to be able to find a game now. I had this one with Granny where we were all cracked. I mean, even the enemy team did pretty good. They had a guy that got 33k damage, 36k, 45, 38, 51. Like, they all did really good. They just didn't have the kills that we had. And down here, this was actually, I played Ashe. It shows T-Mot, but I played Ashe through that whole match. I think it, like, locked me into T-Mot, but then once I got in the game, I didn't even go out one time as T-Mot. I haven't played T-Mot at all since the old game. I only got 7, 1, and 5, though, on this one. Like, it's not like I did that much. I only did 24k damage. But somehow I got an S rank, so I don't know. I'll take it. I don't know if maybe, like... Because my efficiency's kind of high. Like, it's 13, I guess. So maybe that's why? Like, or maybe, like, my damage was, like... I don't know how much damage I took, because it doesn't show that, but... Maybe I only took, like... I don't think I took that much damage in that game. That was my thought when it ended, is I was like, oh, well... I used Sir Cador pretty much the whole time, and... I don't think I took that much damage. Try this one more time, and if I get... I don't know either, and I haven't found anybody that does. Every time I go into any stream with anybody, they're like, yeah, I don't know how that grading system works. Like, I thought SoFetch might know because he was a developer for the game for a while before he got fired, but even he's like, yeah, I don't understand that. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that's about. I don't remember if the grading system was there when we played in October. I know it was in the February one, but I don't remember it being in the game in October when we played, when like we got to play it in October. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna go play. We're gonna play quick play. Which means I'm gonna have to play Clash. Maybe? I don't know. There's got to be something going on there. Because, like, I've never gotten S pluses until I played as Granny and Ashe. And they're both support. So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe my playstyle is more akin to what I should be if I was playing support. I don't know. Yay, we're playing Clash. Yay, who does Snappy want to play? Oh, God. The pressure. I feel so pressured in Clash. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. It just feels more serious. It feels more, like, competitive. Like, and I'm locked in. Like, if I pick Beckett, and let's just say I'm having a bad day with Beckett, like, my brain's just not in the mood. I don't know. I haven't played Beckett all day, but, you know, like, I'm stuck as Beckett for the next, like, probably 25 to 30 minutes. The day I figure out the secrets of the grading system, there will be a video. It'll be my YouTube breakthrough video. It'll be like my viral sensation. SnappyDude solved the grading scale. This is not Clash. It said it was Clash. This is Rush. What the fuck? The thing said Clash at the top. You guys couldn't see it because it was probably blocked by my art stuff, but What the fuck? This is not Clash. But yeah, it's just, you know, you're locked in. Like I said, in the last game, I played Granny. I tried to play Granny through most of it. And I immediately regretted that decision. And damn it. I know. I would like. I had a whole plan to do more guide content, but North Star and Falco have really been covering that stuff really well, and I just don't. Like, it's such. Like, it's so tedious trying to do guides. Like, I really wish I had more energy to do that shit, because I do. There's part of me that likes doing it, and there's another part of me that's like, oh god, I have to do a guide. And then I feel like if I mess up anything, I'm gonna be annoyed at myself. It's sad. Because that, like, I have, like, I had a whole plan to do all these guides for that Mario game I streamed a couple years ago. And, like, I have, like, I probably have, like, 3 hours worth of unpublished shit that's, like, 90% done. Oh, of course my aim is shitty. How the fuck did I get all the way over here? Oh, I had this crazy shit happen last night, and of course it was off stream. I was playing, and there was a Zenobia, and she went to run away. And for some reason, I think she might have disconnected for like half a second, because it spawned in another Zenobia, like right on top of where she was. So there were two Zenobias standing next to each other. And one of them was a bot Zenobia. And the bot Zenobia immediately started to attack me, but the bot Zenobia was immortal. You couldn't hurt her, you couldn't... She had no health bar, you couldn't do any damage to her. You couldn't do any damage to her. Let's go this way, so Gren can protect me. Oh my god, he had to be so close to freaking being dead. Beats Face, how you doing? Yeah! I mean, it's in that patch notes. It talks about how there's, like, bots. But I had not seen that until last night. And it was so weird. Like, the Zenobia bot just spawned, and it just started attacking me. And, like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I, like, because we were right... It was on this map. And we were right about here. And so I started, like, falling back. And it chased me all the way back here. And so Gren's, like, shooting it with fire. And I'm shooting it with, like... I don't remember who. I think I was playing... Was it Mozu? Or was it Beckett at the time? And I was just lighting it up. And just doing all this damage. And the thing just... I'm like, where's its health bar? Because for a while I thought it was the actual person. And then I started realizing, I'm like, oh, this is not the person. Oh, we've lost 2 people. That's awesome. No wonder we're losing. Ah! I got you. You son of a bitch. Oh, look, there's a Zandora bot here. That's interesting. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Is she attacking me? Oh, there's... Is that 2 Ramses too? Man, this bot is screwed. This game is screwed up. Probably what's happening, Tisu, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. So this game's screwed up anyway, so I'm not really going to focus on it. So probably what's happening is somebody else is probably not accepting the thing. Because you have 10 people, and if one of them does not accept, it doesn't go through. So what will happen sometimes, and I'm not saying this is your case, sometimes you can, if that happens too many times, it'll get you stuck in a queue. So if it keeps saying, if it keeps putting you in a queue and you keep hitting accept, you're probably still in the queue, and you might eventually find a game. But if you're hitting it and it hits accept and then it fails, and then it just keeps searching and it never says matching again after like a minute or so, just restart the queue, just back out and restart it. You can get stuck in like an infinite queue loop sometimes. I don't know if it kicks, what it does, but for some reason, if it fails, sometimes you will never find a game again. All you have to do is drop out of the queue and go back in, and most of the time you'll find a game pretty quick. Maybe I'll get to show that off right here. Let's try Rush again. That was a weird game. But that would be my guess. But that happens a lot. I have the same problem. Like, I think it's because, like, one person in that whole group is not joining in the 30 seconds. They're probably on their phone or something, you know? And they're not hitting accept. And so then it's supposed to send you back to the queue. And it doesn't always do that. Goodbye, Pizza Face. I'm not too bad, Pizza Face, by the way. Before you go. Oh, okay. I don't know who's leaving. Goodbye, Darren. See, okay, so right there, it queued me. See how it queued me back up? Then it's probably still working, but yeah, and it sucks. It's other people being stupid and not paying attention, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I keep saying they need to do something to fix it. I think they need to change the sound effect to something else, or like cut out the background mute, something. Because when it comes here, I think sometimes, like if I'm not paying attention, sometimes I don't notice that noise because it's real quiet. I don't think it's hard to find a match. It's hard to get into a match because shit like this keeps happening, where I'll get to 0 and then it goes back because somebody didn't hit ready. But I'm actually finding matches really fast. The problem is nobody ever wants to hit ready. And I do think it's just because people, I think, are searching, and then I think they're like picking up their phones or whatever because of the society we live in. And awesome, thank you, Tisu. But yeah, sometimes, and it will probably happen here, if this happens enough, eventually what will happen is this will stop happening where it's like match found, and you'll just sit in the main menu and it'll just keep racking up time and it will keep searching. And so probably what's happening right now is, I assume the way they have it set up, there's probably like 9 of us in a lobby all together, and we probably keep getting stuck with the same guy that's probably like AFK. and then it probably sends us 9 back to searching, and it keeps probably trying to find a 10th person for that lobby, and it probably just keeps putting the same guy in there over and over again that's AFK or something. Yeah, and see, I kind of agree with that. But I think the thing is, and I think that's what they should do for Rush, is they should just throw you into a game and they shouldn't have this screen. But for Clash is like, Clash is a lot more competitive. It's a lot more like a typical MOBA. And so you want to make sure that everybody is ready to play when you play. Like, Rush, not a big deal. It's like a 10-minute game type. It's whatever. If somebody's AFK when you get into the game, whatever, win or lose, you're done with it in 10 minutes. But Clash is kind of a bigger commitment, and so I think that screen makes sense for Clash, because you want to make sure that everybody's there, because it's a much more serious and much more focused game type. But for Rush, it's very, it doesn't really need to be there, and I think it's just slowing down the matchmaking. Who do I want to play as? Let's play as Mozu. Yeah, I agree with the whole we don't have to, Pizza Face, how are you doing today, by the way? I don't know if I asked when you came in, and if I did, I didn't see it. Let me see. Did I ask? Oh, you said you're all right. Never mind. I get new people in here and they ask questions, and then I get distracted. Yeah, it's fun. Did you see my thing that said I played 18 hours? I played 18 days of the original Gigantic, or 15 days, or whatever it was. But yeah, so if you're ever... I've just been going by the rule of thumb. If my game says it's searching for more than a minute and the match found thing hasn't popped up, I just restart the queue. A lot of times if you do that, you'll almost instantly find a game. And it seems like, for some reason, occasionally you just get stuck in the queue and some kind of glitch happens and it just won't find a game. I don't know what that's about, but... It's an easy fix. Like, it takes like 2 seconds to restart the thing. Why can't I hear my game at all? Okay. I turned down the volume on my headset. Oh yeah, that's right, because that stupid, the glitch with the... Let's go up here. I was hoping that Gnosis would still be up here and I could get some shots off on it. Who have you been playing as, Tisu? Can you change server? Not that I'm aware of, but I mean, there might be a way, like in the menus or something. I just haven't really had a reason to. I'm pretty sure I got into a foreign server last night, or the night before. I was playing on stream, and it was the one match was just, it was awful. It was so, I don't think I've ever played a match that laggy on this game, ever. It was bad. Yeah! Try to kill me, my whole team's gonna jump you. Oh, and I still got the kill. That's awesome. $360 hours. I don't know. I sent it to you on Instagram. I don't know what the count was. I think it was 18 days, 15 hours. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Now you're making me second guess myself. Can I escape? It kind of... Pizza Face, you missed it. Well, I wasn't on stream, so you didn't miss it. But I played I played Granny a little bit last night, and I played her a little bit this morning. I played her one game this morning off stream, and I got, like, just an absurd amount of kills with her. For Rush, it was an absurd amount of kills. It was, like, 14 kills, 22 assists for Rush. It was awesome. It was such a good match. And, of course, it wasn't saved. Yeah, I don't. I kind of think the same thing. Yeah, that's fine. I would assume that's probably true. Because I don't think there were Southeast Asia servers before. I'm assuming that's what SEA means. Why is she just standing here? No. Stand behind my shield and suck up this orb. Can I get it? Ah, fudge. I was so freaking close. Yeah, I know they've been having issues with those with the Asia servers. It's in the patch notes that they know that there's an issue. They were trying to fix them the one day, so I was hoping they were fixed, but it's kind of sad having you sit here and tell me they're not. That's awesome, though. I fully support you streaming this game because more people should know about this game, and more people should stream it. Ah, shit. Who have you been playing as? Tisu? Ah! I'm gonna die. Oh, fuck. Why did I keep running? Help me, Gran. I'm your follower. I worship you. I pray to you at night. And you're sitting here doing jack shit. Y'all just let her steal our shit. And you're all just standing over there doing whatever you're doing. I wonder if I can steal this real quick. Nope. Hopefully it'll be fixed soon. I'm hoping there seems to be, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to not get my hopes up because as somebody who played this game before, I would really like to see it come back and at least have a decent player count. At least enough where they can kind of at least support it a little bit, even if it's just like balance patches, and even if I never get another new character again, it'd be nice to have maybe a couple season passes or something. And so I don't want to see it like, or fix things like the Asia server being messed up, and you know, I want them to have a reason to do that. Wow, I don't feel like I did shit that game. Did you ever play it before? I've always been interested in Albion Online, but I've never played it. MMOs are kind of in that genre of games where they're a genre that I find interesting to watch from afar, but playing them myself is not my thing. It's kind of the same way with like open world survival games, like a lot of the open world zombie survival games that are out. Like, I find those really fun to watch from afar, and they're a cool idea. And in my head, I'm like, man, that's awesome. And then in real life, I'm like, I play them and I get so bored. MMOs, I think it's always just a sense of like not knowing stuff. Like, I always play MMOs and then I like feel like I never have the best. It takes too long to get the best gear and all that stuff. And I have to be in a very specific mood to be able to play that type of game. MMOs, though, I like. I'm more likely to play an MMO than I am a zombie survival game. Really, open world games in general kind of lose me a lot of times. Yay, it kicked me out of queue. Oh, it's going to do the dumb thing where I'm going to have to restart the game, isn't it? Yeah, probably. Let's just restart the game. Oh, quit. Restart. Overwatch 2 is fun, but it's just like a worse version of this. It's the same with like when this shut down the first time, I tried to play Overwatch for a while because I thought, well, close enough. But there's little stuff about this game that I miss too much going to Overwatch. Like, just in general, like, I like the small RPG aspects of, like, upgrading your character throughout the match. It makes it very hard to go to Overwatch because it feels like a lesser version of this game a lot of times. Like, Overwatch is probably more polished, I'll say that. Like, Overwatch, like, they got Blizzard money, so there's certain things that are better about Overwatch. Polish is one of them. You don't have as many glitches, like, or glitchy menus. This is, like, the biggest thing with this is there's so many glitchy menus. The gameplay is solid, but... And the menus weren't this bad before. They were a little wonky, but they, like... And they added a lot to the menus, though, so I kind of understand. I think there's probably wasn't enough Q&A after they changed all the menus up for this version. Yeah. I think that's a lot of people. Like, watching a lot of the videos when they announced this game was coming back out, there were a lot of people that I saw that were like, oh, who'd play it? Let's play as Mozu. Conjurer's Cabinet. Lightning. Want to change my build. But just browsing through videos, because when this game came back out, I was pretty excited. So I'd sit there and I'd read through some of the comment sections when, like, there was a couple big YouTubers I followed that did the videos that were like, oh my god, Gigantic's coming back. There's a lot of people like that were kind of in the spot where they're like, yeah, before I didn't get to play it because my PC wouldn't run it, or because I was on PlayStation and it wasn't on PlayStation, or I didn't hear about it until after it was going to shut down. And so there was a lot of people that were like, I'm pretty interested in this game because of that. Which was neat. It's neat seeing that because there's a lot of games that die that nobody ever gives a shit about. Like, I can't name the number of games I've seen that are like, the servers for this are shutting down, and I read the news article and I'm like, yep, I could care less that is shutting down. Every now and then there's one, though, that I'm like, man, I wish I had tried that when it was out. Or I wish I had tried it, and I wish I had played it more. That was this. This and Battleborn and probably the Shadowrun shooter from 2007 are like the three games that I can say I wish I had played more of when they were active. I think the Shadowrun shooter still works. I think you can still search for games. There's just nobody playing it, really. Yeah, here we go. First blood! I drew first blood. Rambo's gonna come get me now. Whoa. Yeah, pizza face. The Shadowrun series was originally on, I think it was like the SNES or the NES, and that's what it was. It was like an RPG thing, and then Microsoft, I don't remember. I think they had like a deal to make a game for the IP when the 360 first came out, and they basically threw all this funding into it. So this is way back on the Xbox 360. This is like 2004, 2005. And they start producing this game, and it has a campaign, and it has all this multiplayer stuff. And at the time, when the 360 was coming out, they were also launching Windows Vista. And one of the big features Microsoft was trying to push was crossplay between Windows Vista and the Xbox 360. I'm going to die a bunch because I'm not going to pay attention to what I'm doing, and I'm going to talk about this game because I love this game. So, basically what happens is they start producing this game, this Shadowrun shooter, and the multiplayer is going to have crossplay between, which at the time was unheard of, crossplay between console and Xbox was just not a thing that existed. And, so they're really like, this is going to be their big new feature. It's like something that nobody's ever done before, is this crossplay between Xbox and the PC. And so they have this Shadowrun game, and they're making it, and eventually they start realizing they need to like release it. Like, this is a game with a big feature. So they go in and they decide, well, they're just going to cut off the single player campaign. Back in those days, you could not do that. Like nobody bought just multiplayer first-person shooter games back in those days. It just didn't happen on console. If you released a console game, it needed to have a campaign. So first off, they decided to do that, which was insane, and they should have never done it because it really, like, it dropped all their review scores like super low because of it. Because nobody wanted to buy it because they're like, this is, at the time that was seen as like a cheap, like that of like being like cheap and like cheating the players out of like it was seen as like not a good, like, I'm trying to think of like the word, I keep saying cheap, but that's not the word I want. Like, you know, like it was seen as like a bad waste of money. Like, you could buy this game with a just multiplayer for $60, or you could go buy a game with a campaign and multiplayer for $60. It was seen as just a bad deal, and it really, really hurt the review scores. But they really wanted to push that game out because it had that big new feature, which was crossplay. And so, and it was like the first, like I said, all the other ones were isometric RPGs before that or whatever. And they switched it to first-person shooter, and they wanted to push it out the door, though, faster. So they basically cut off the campaign and just shoved out the multiplayer for full price, which really wasn't done at that time, and it was really just received very poorly because of that. It got really, really, really bad reviews. But the game itself is basically Counter-Strike, but you have... but on top of buying your weapons every round, you can also buy magical abilities, and you also get to select a race at the beginning of the match. You get to select a race, and each of the 4 races has different sort of like stats and perks. Like the dwarf class is like all this. They all have like, I think it's speed. Their health is different. How much magic they have is different. How their magic regenerates is different. And then you just buy different equipment and magic spells throughout the match, and you play it. It's a lot like Counter-Strike. But it's super fun. Like like other races, if you equip, you have these things called their technology. And if you equip tech, normally it takes up some of your mana, so you don't have as much magic that you can use. It kind of like blocks some of it off. But like humans, for example, don't have that. They don't get any negative effect from using technology. Dwarves don't regenerate their magic naturally, but they can steal magic from other characters. If you get close, you just start leeching magic from people. Elves can regenerate health, which nobody else can do. And trolls Basically kind of generate armor as you take damage. Wow, we didn't do shit for damage there. That was probably my fault for talking too much. But it's such a fun game, and like a lot of the magic is more utility stuff than it is like straight damage stuff. There's no like fireballs or like lightning spells. Like all the spells are more utility based. So like you have a spell that teleports you, and it teleports you in whatever direction you're moving. So like if you run at somebody and then flick the thumbstick back like right before you hit them, you'll teleport backwards. It's not like this where like somebody knows I'm teleporting with Mozu. They know I'm going to teleport whatever direction I was facing, and it makes it really easy to like predict where I'm going to teleport. Like the teleport on that game was awesome because it was just whatever direction you were moving, but if you did it right, it was very hard to predict where you went, and there was no recharge on it. The only stipulation to how much you could teleport was how much mana you had. And so like my main build on that game was I played a dwarf with a minigun, and I had I used teleport, and I'm gonna just do terrible this game because I'm talking too much. But I played a dwarf with a minigun and teleport, and there like you could teleport like here I can't teleport through this wall. On that game you could teleport through any wall. Like if I stood on the staircase, like if I was up there and I crouched right as I teleported, I would teleport straight down through the geometry here. Like you could do so much cool stuff. Like I could teleport, like if I was up on top of this fighting somebody, I could teleport down through it. Then I could teleport to the side over here and come out and start shooting them from this side, and they wouldn't have any idea where I was going to come from. You could do so much cool stuff like that. It was just a really fun gameplay loop. Oh, I should probably go over there. No, I shouldn't. There's no time left. I think I got this Kajir, like, running circles around me. But it was such a fun... Like, I could sit and talk about... the Shadowrun shooter is probably one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time. And it was one of the multiplayer games that I was, like... When I was a teenager, I was really good at it. Like, I was really good at it for a while. It was fun. But yeah, there was no damage spells. All the spells, like, did some kind of utility. Like, there was a spell that would grow, like, these vines in, like, an area. And I guess those... I think those hurt you if you stepped on them. But they... Or it was crystals. It wasn't vines. It was, like, crystals. It would grow these, like, crystal growths on, like, the area. And... That was neat because you could, like, block... Like... Because it's kind of like... They had a couple different game modes, but one of them was basically... You had to go and, like... You had to, like, protect a flag. And so you could, like... Just to protect your flag, you'd grow all these crystals all over it, and then the enemy couldn't, like, touch it without getting hurt. What else was there? But the teleportation spell was just... It's probably the best teleportation spell I've ever seen in a game, and how it worked. Because if you knew the map, if you had knowledge of the map, and you had good map knowledge, and you learned to use that teleport spell right, oh man, you could just do some crazy shit. So it's kind of like Counter-Strike, like I said. So you don't, if you die, you can't just, Man, I'm just not gonna get any kills this fucking game. I'm gonna get a shit ton of damage and no kills. Like you can't, there is a revive in the game, but you had to buy it. So like you have to buy it. So like round 2 or whatever you'd go, you'd buy your revive that would let you resurrect people. But to resurrect people, you basically have to be standing on top of them, and their body still has to be there. Like you can destroy bodies after you kill somebody. But you have limited ammo, too. So, like, if you kill somebody, you have to choose. Do I sit here and shoot their body and, like, destroy their body so they can't be resurrected, which is going to make me a target to their friends? Or do I... Or do I let the body just lay there and hope that nobody runs over and revives it? It's really interesting. Same with, like, the only way to heal, unless you're an elf, because elves have regenerative health, their mana goes down and I think their health goes up when they regenerate. That's how that works. But otherwise, everybody else has to have you have to summon this big tree in place to be able to heal. And the tree, first off, it makes a crazy amount of noise when you summon it. And the second thing it does is that it's... But it was so cool because you'd have to be really strategic, like, because if you summoned a tree, like, there was a good chance, like, if you were alone, let's say your whole team died, like, if you summoned a tree, you were really risking exposing where you were, because the tree is huge, it makes a ton of noise, and it glows, so, like, it really sticks out. If somebody summons a tree, you're going to hear it and probably run to where they're at. And so it was kind of like this trade-off. Like, there's so many cool little decisions like that. It was, like, basically a way, way better version of Valorant. Like, it was like Valorant if Valorant had, like, way better movement and way better verticality and just better everything. If you just took everything in Valorant and just made it better, that's what that game basically would be. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna keep running. It was so much fun. I could sit and talk about it all day. The different combinations of gear you could have with different character classes and how that would affect you. Oh, well, just don't. Just take my word for it then that it is a way better version of Valorant. It's kind of like this game. It has like a real hardcore following that still plays to this day on servers and stuff. I think the servers for that though are still open. It's peer-to-peer, and I think the matchmaking still works though. It's so much fun though. It's so, like, I wish I had, if I had gameplay from back in the day when I was cracked at that game, like, oh man, like, it's so, I wish I did. Like, if there was one game I wish I had gameplay from, like, out of all the games I was good at as a teenager, that is the one that I wish I had gameplay footage for, because it's so much fun. I got 11 assists and 4 kills and 5 deaths. It's like the teleportation specifically. I remember this one time. So normally in a match you'd get like, there's an achievement called Godlike, and you needed to get 10 kills for it. And I think that the teams were like 12 people or something. You need to get 10 kills without dying, but you basically it might have been 10 on 10. You basically had to kill the whole enemy team without dying. The thing is, though, that you can't unlock Godlike if they've been resurrected, because once they've been resurrected, they don't count towards that achievement. And I remember this one match, like 99% of the people I know that got that achievement got it from, like, they went into like a private match and like boosted it. And I had this one game, and man, I wish I had it recorded. To this day, I still think about this match. My whole team died, and the whole enemy team was alive. And I killed 15 people in a row, which is like an insane amount of people on that game. Like, because it's kind of like Counter-Strike. Like, you don't have a lot of health. You die pretty quick. And I fought, I think, 15 people, and I stayed alive. Like, the whole enemy team. and I was teleporting left and right. I was running out of ammo because you don't get a lot of ammo for any of your guns. You normally have to buy a little bit of ammo every round. And so I'm like sitting there and I'm like killing people and like taking their guns, and then I'm teleporting away, and then like I'd teleport through a wall and then I'd come around behind them and do it again. And, I was like all over the place. I was like a freaking pinball on a fucking machine. It was probably the coolest thing I've ever done in gaming, and it's not recorded because it was back in like 2007 when I did it, or 2008. It was so freaking cool. Cause like I started fighting in this, like I don't even remember, my whole team died like really fast, and I was just like, oh fucking shit, and like I'm like teleporting behind people and like killing them, and then like there's these two guys in like a hallway, and I killed one of them and like teleported behind. I killed the one in the back, and I teleported past his friend, took the other guy's gun, picked it up, turned around, shot the other guy, killed him. Then two other people ran into the room because it's like 10 on 1 at this point, and I forget where I teleported at that point. I think it was back up. Then I ran, so I'm above them, and I ran past them where I knew they would be in the tunnel below me, and then I teleported back down, and I spun around and I did the same fucking thing again. And I ran away, and I killed that whole team. I killed like 15 people in one round, and it was insane shit. It was like the craziest shit I've ever done. I've never been so proud of myself in gaming as I was in that moment. I still think about it. Like, I was all over the map. Like, I was just running. Like, I'd kill like 2 guys, and then I would run, because it was like the only way I could have won that game, that round would have been to... They all had resurrect, so it just screwed me, because I would kill them, but I didn't have enough time or enough ammunition to, like... You have to shoot the body a bunch, and then it just vanishes. And I didn't have enough time to clear any of the bodies, so I just kept having to run and run and run. And, like, I would kill people, I would get the kills, but then I'd have to run away before I could destroy their body, because there's 9 other people chasing me down. And so then that guy would just run in, and he would resurrect his friend, and then the guy that I killed was just back up. But it was intense. It was the craziest freaking game. I wish I had it saved to this day. I was just, like, I remember my blood was just pumping, and I'm just like, oh god, where do I go now? And, like, so much of me living through it was, like, map knowledge, because I was using my teleport, so it was kind of a complicated map. There was a lot of rooms and a lot of tunnels and stuff. And so I used that to my advantage, and I'd like, okay, well, if I teleport up right here, I should be in this one room, and they won't be able to see me from the... Because when you teleport, there's like this big golden aura around you, and you can kind of see it. So you have to be careful, because like if I teleport into an open area, somebody's going to be like, oh, there's the golden flash over there. He's over there. And so I would have to teleport to areas, like, I would teleport to small rooms or small corners that I know didn't have a line of sight where nobody could see the teleport go off. And then I would either sit there and wait, or I would try to find somewhere else that I could go. And it was just crazy. Yeah, you just shoot the bodies, but you have to shoot them a lot. Like, it's not like it's a good amount of ammo. Like, it is a conscious decision, a strategic decision if you want to destroy those bodies. Like, because you kill them, and then you have to shoot them a bunch. But it probably takes, like, 2.5 clips to clear a body. And you just shoot it a bunch, and then it kind of, like, it just poofs into smoke. But it's a lot of ammo, and you only get, like, I think, like, 2 or 3 clips for your gun or something when you, like, start. Maybe someday I'll play it on the stream. Because you can play bot games just on your own. And it's backwards compatible. I think I have it. I had it downloaded on my other Xbox. I don't know if it's downloaded on this one. It's so much fun, though. Like, you can be like an elf and get like a katana, and then you can get this piece of like cyber technology that's called like, it's called wired reflexes, and you can like block like fucking bullets with your katana as you run at people. If you activate wired reflexes and you have your katana out, you'll block bullets. And Oh, what else can you do? There's all kinds of crazy stuff. You can get like, you have like a gust spell that is essentially doesn't do any damage, but it's just a gust of air. It's kind of like a force push move. And you can use that to like push people off cliffs. But you can also get this glider, and it like shoots like it's like a pair of wings on your back. It's kind of like Icarus wings type thing. It's like this little glider, and it'll deploy. And if you activate the glider, normally during a jump, you activate the glider, and you can kind of do hang time. You can like snipe in the air and stuff. But you can like take the glider and combine it with the gust spell, and you shoot the gust at your feet when you jump, and you activate the glider. And if you do it all at the same time, you'll launch into the air like a freaking rocket. And you'll go like 50 feet in the air, and then you can like get your sniper rifle out and like bang and like just take people out. It's amazing. It's so great. Yeah, it's crazy. Like you get the katana, you can sneak up on people, and if you cut them in the, I want to say if I remember right, you have to cut them in the back, and you'll get like bleed damage on them, and they'll start bleeding out and stuff. It's cool. You can turn into smoke. That's the only thing a gust can hurt, actually, is I forgot about that. Gust actually can do damage. It can hurt. Instead of just having a normal invisibility thing, when you turn invisible, you turn into smoke. And gust can actually hurt you when you're in smoke. But otherwise, you can use it to, like, jump higher. You can use it to push people off cliffs. It's super fun. Like, elves regenerate health. I think their mana goes down and their health goes up when they're regenerating. But then you wait a couple... Then you can... Your mana, you can get your mana to come back. Dwarves can suck mana out of other characters. So if you're a dwarf and you, like, get up in an elf's face and you, like, blast him, you drain his mana and then he can't regenerate his health. And elves have the lowest health in the game. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure it's the lowest health in the game. But they have health regeneration. But if you take their magic, they can't regenerate. So you can just cut through elves. Same way, it's super fun. But yeah, I always played a dwarf with a glider and teleport and a minigun. And it was just like... Oh, it was so much fun. Trying to think of other stuff. Like, there's, like, basic shit. There's, like, grenades and stuff. I think this game is a little laggy. Trying to think of what else there was. Like, as you could do that, you could do the trees. Also, there's like grenades, there's different guns, just like machine guns and like rifles and stuff like that. Am I not on the build? Oh, what else was there? There was like a thing you could put on that would like take away your team damage, and like it was called Smart Link, and it would like it was basically like an AI laser sight that came out of your eye, and it would like people could see it coming out of your eye, like they could see the little laser coming out of your eye, but it made your shots more accurate, and it made it so you couldn't shoot teammates. I use that a lot. Normally, though, I'd use my glider, and I'd, like, use a combination of, like, jumping around with my glider and, like, teleport to, like, just out-movement people and, like, shoot them with my minigun. Trolls, like, as you shot them, their defense would raise. And so, if you just laid into a troll, like, non-stop, you basically couldn't kill them because their defense would get too high, and you just basically wouldn't be doing any damage at that point. All but 2 of us have fallen. Damn it. What other tech was there? Spells. Like, the crystal thing was cool because, like, the main game type was, like, an extraction. Like, you had to get a flag from the enemy base and then carry it to a specific point on the map. And so, like, if you were defending, you would just buy crystals and you just throw fucking a shit ton of crystals all over the flag. But dwarves drain mana, so they could just, like, if I just stood by the crystals, they would die. Oh, you could also... The closest thing to an attack spell, I guess there was the summons, though. Where you could summon, these, like, big energy beasts that would attack for you. And that was really neat. They could, like, defend areas, or you could, like... You'd either have them defend an area, or you could have them, I'm gonna die. Ow. You could either set them to attack a person if you aimed at a enemy player and you summoned them, or you hit the button for them, they would attack the person, or you could have them defend a specific area and they would just play, like... They'd just, like, basically stand in that area and defend it, which was really neat. Oh, I feel like there's some cool piece of technology in that game that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. Man, I'm getting a lot of assists. I am. Every time I do good with her, I think Pizza Face would be proud of me. I am now that I'm kind of figuring out, like, when I first started playing her, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to lay these turrets down and just kind of leave them where they're at. And then I'm just going to, like, I thought that's kind of just how you played her, is you just leave the turrets kind of wherever they're at. And I'm having a lot more luck kind of moving around my turrets more than, like, I felt like I was playing her wrong, because I'm like, man, I leave this little hand here. It should be here the whole game, and if I'm putting it there and it's dying really quick, I'm doing it wrong. And now I just constantly summon new hands all the time. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I don't want to waste my focus. Damn it. But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess I just had different expectations for how she would play. And Jesus Christ, it's 76 in my house. I'm like, why am I sweating? But I am. It's getting used to her. The biggest thing is, like, her play style, like, when I need to run away, my spacing, and, like, where I need to stand and stuff is very, very different than all the other characters I play. Because all the other characters I play are, like, long-range DPS. And so it's, like, she's much more, like, I would say, like, mid-range. And, like, I have a really bad habit of trying to, like, stay in fights that I just shouldn't with her. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this. Yeah. It's like trying to figure out where to put my hands and like when I should resummon them versus when I should just like leave them where they're at and stuff like that. Like, I would guess I was just playing very like more passive with her than I think I should have been for a while. Like, I'd go to like this area and I'd like, I drop a turret over here, I drop a little turret over here, and then I just kind of sit here. And I've kind of figured out that I can move around a bit more than I initially thought. Like I said, I had that one match that was really, really good with her. Bullshit, that was mine. I have 2 kills and 5 assists. It is, it is. The only game I've really not liked playing her in was I played a game with a bunch of long-range DPS characters, and it was brutal. Because I couldn't get any of my hands within range because they'd all just like snipe me down before I got even close to them. And my team just wasn't helpful. Like, our tank wasn't really tanking in the way he should have been tanking. Like, it was that was kind of a struggle, but no. Damn it. I really need to play Charnock because I don't think I've played Charnock. I think I played him maybe one time since the game came back out. And I don't even know if it was for a whole match. Ugh. I can definitely tell this is a character I'm not as familiar with, though. This is one of those games where my team is just kind of running around and getting kills and not focusing as much on the objective, and it's kind of annoying because I've been trying to get better at focusing on the objective, and so when they're running around just like doing nonsense shit, it's her run animation is awesome. It's so, like, I didn't realize, like, I mean, I've always seen her run, but I guess I've just never seen because I haven't really played with her that much, I've never really looked at the details. But that was one of the first things when I started playing her, like, last night. I was like, man, her run animation is kind of fucking neat. Go, my giant hand. See, that's something I would like to invest more time in, is getting better with, like, the assassins and stuff. Oh, it's doing that dumb thing where it's going to make my controller vibrate until I leave the fucking lobby. I got the fewest deaths on my team. I got 7 assists. I did 17k. I didn't do that great, but we won, so a win's a win. Oh, good, it stopped vibrating. I'm going to step off camera for 2 seconds, but I'm still going to be here. You can hear my voice. Okay, that's cool. Something screwed up with my air conditioner. Oh. I mean, I think it's running, but I don't think it's... running right. But yeah, I wish I was better with the assassin characters, like any of them. Probably more Taito or like Ramsey I wish I was better with. But I'm trying to get better with other characters. That's what I've been kind of doing. That's my goal for myself, is to play. When I'm not on stream, I've been trying to play characters that I'm not as good with. Or that I've never played before. I tried to play Vidasi last night for a couple games, but that's so hard when you have a bad team. Like, that's going to be one where it's like... I just don't know if I can... Like, I really would like to play her because I like playing healer characters. But it's so hard to play her because I'm like, oh, cool, you can do a lot of healing. I like that. That's fun. But it's so hard to play her when, like, 90% of the people who play this game fucking suck and run off. And just, like, focus on kills. Like, that's that whole last game that we played, like... My team was hardly focusing on the objective at all half the time. Then they'd occasionally do it, but like when you get in a game and it's just like everybody just wants kills and it's like they're all over the place and like nobody's grouped up. It's so hard to play Vidasi when you're not playing as a team because like she just takes damage too fast, and if it's just you and one other person, you're pretty much fucked if they die. Unless you, like, abandon said person and run away when they're at, like, half health. Like, she's not the worst healer I've ever played. But she's definitely not the best. Because, like, Miko was kind of the same on Battleborn. Like, he had his little healing beam. But he could do, like, a decent amount of damage, and his damage had, like, a longer range on it, too. Like, his healing beam range was kind of short, if I remember right. But, like, his, like, little knives, you could throw those from a pretty good distance. So, like, you didn't have to be, like, up in everybody's grill all the time. And when you were up in people's grill, you could easily, like, switch to, like... your knives and stuff. And I guess I don't know. Maybe I just haven't figured out the rhythm with Vidasi yet, where it's like when I should be healing, when I should be doing damage. But it's so shitty because like her damage is so... It's not good enough to like be close range. As close as you have to be with her, because she just doesn't have the health to do that. So really, if you're going to be close range, you might as well just be healing anyway. Who did I want to play as? You know what? I haven't played Ashe. I'm going to switch to Ashe, I think. Maybe I'll play Granny again. I've always been, like... Healers and, like, ranged DPS have always been my thing. Like, I either want to be a healer or I want to be, like, the guy throwing, like, fireballs at people. And I know there's other options to be for healers in this game. Like, I know Ashe kind of has some options in that regard, and I know, like, Sven does, but when you really look at it, Vidasi's like the only serious like medic. And I just hate her kit. I mean, I guess you can upgrade her beam to be that like projectile thing. And that gives her some range, I guess. But she's also really slow. And I think that's another, like, her mobility sucks. And I think that's probably might be my biggest... I didn't think about that until just now, but that might be my biggest problem with her. Oh, and Voden has healing bottle. But, like, I think that might be one of the reasons I think I like Miko. Like, Miko's design worked. Is because Miko had good... mobility. Like, he wasn't like crippled. He didn't just float around like at 2 miles per hour the way Vidasi does. Like Miko, yeah, he didn't have a lot of health, but you could get in situations, you could get out of situations. Like, it never felt like you were like... Oh no, what fucking... This is not the build I wanted. Oh no. I'm gonna have to go back up to the airship real quick. But I think that maybe that would fix Vidasi if you gave her, like... As far as me wanting to play her, if you gave her more mobility... Like, if you weren't so freaking slow. Like, yeah, Lever is like a glass cannon. I'm fine with that, but like... Hands, anyone? So much power. Time to attack. She's so slow. I don't think she has that much stamina either. It's like... I don't know. Make her faster. Give her more stamina. Something. That's like playing as Zenobia. Like, Zenobia doesn't have hardly any fucking movement on her. And it sucks. Because then there's characters like Mozu, who is like a long-range character, who has shit tons of fucking stamina, and it regenerates really fast. And Mozu's just fast in general. And it's like, why would I need to be fast when I'm like 50? If you're playing Mozu right, you shouldn't be that close to anybody anyway. And it's just like... Mozu, if they nerfed Mozu's mobility, it would suck. I like Mozu a lot. And part of the thing I like her mobility, but it's not necessary for her kit. Like, if you need to get out of a situation with Mozu, you can either run away or teleport away, and either one's a pretty damn good option. Like, Vidasi and Zenobia just don't have options like that. And it kind of sucks. Because they're both forced to be at, like, really, really, really close to people. Because of how their beams work. And it's just like, man... And it's like, Zenobia, I just think should have more stamina than she does anyway. Because she's a character that pretty much has to be close range, and it's like, you can't even dodge more than like once or twice, and she runs out of stamina, and it sucks. Because it's like, if I have to be that close, you should give me enough stamina where I can dodge some attacks. 6 assists, man. 6. Until vulnerable, but... Oh, okay, it's vulnerable the other way. Prepare to attack. I was confused. Run away, run away. Like, I didn't realize how much she swayed and stuff when she's running. And I think that's really awesome. It's just such a cool little detail, the way she, like, sways back and forth on her stick. It gives her kind of this weight to her movement. Like, I like Zenobia a lot. Like, there's days where she's probably my favorite character. But her mobility is just trash. So many assists. Ah, another assist. That's probably the one thing that I think I wish Zenobia just had a little bit of a movement thing. Just because she's so, like, any character that has to play at that close of a range should be, like, should have, like, have more movement. And you, like, mobility options. Because it's, like, that's their, like, the thing, right? Like, they have to be close range. You should let them, like, the only exception to that might be, like, tanks. If you have a tank, like, I kind of get it. Because that's kind of the purpose, right? Like, a tank is just supposed to be in there to, like, tank damage. It's not supposed to be in there to, it's not supposed to be in there to, like, dodge around a bunch. And it's not supposed to be in there to run away. But, like, any glass cannon, any character really should have more mobility with, what did I do in that game? 2-2-12. I got a bunch of 12. A bunch of assists. I'm probably going to get off for a little bit, Pizza Face. I might be back later. Thank you for coming to watch, though, sir. Ta-ta.